Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
That image that you guys just saw there was the reason why this is a breaking news event. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm your host, Jay, and you're watching From Inside Out. Thank you guys so much for joining this interesting podcast here for tonight. This was totally unscheduled, kind of like a surprise, if you will, for all of you. I had to do this podcast for a couple of reasons, because this is a event that obviously went viral, but and the news agencies and whatnot are reporting this situation with all the facts and whatnot on their news stations, and of course, social media has also picked it up. But what's not being talked about is the why and the other factors going on too. All right. So we are dealing with obviously a buttload of questions that are not getting answered. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Portion of that little short video clip you guys saw there just a few minutes ago, believe it or not, is the reason why I'm doing this. All right. As you guys all know, if you have never followed me before, if you're new here and you don't know who I am, I expose the corruption inside of our prisons. Anything government tied, I'll expose it, or at least have myself or somebody else help me expose it. And we have a lot of crazy stuff that happens, believe it or not, in these government situations. So I want you guys to understand that what's going on is no surprise to a lot of you, right? So I'm going to show you that video clip again real quick. And again, the chat's open. If you guys want to put your comments, whatnot in here, go ahead and do so. If you want to jump on in here, you can do that too as well. I will put the link. Let me see if I can get this situated here. I will put the link if you guys want to join this chat in here now, up on here. And you guys can go ahead and chime in and put your thoughts and opinions into this podcast here tonight. It's always great to have somebody come in here. If you guys want to join, please do so. There it is. But you guys saw the clip at the beginning portion of this podcast. I'm going to show it to you again in its entirety. I also have the whole entire news clip in its entirety. And you guys can obviously, get involved and watch it and let me know what you think. So here's the video clip that I'm talking about. And again, I'm going to talk about the questions that don't get answered or asked, I should say, in all of our big social media outlets. Here's the clip.
Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
Yeah. So he was crab walking up the walls to escape where he was. The bigger question that I'm going to ask, that for some reason not a lot of people are asking, is where was the staff? Where was the staff? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you guys an update. They finally caught this guy, and obviously he evidently really don't give two shits, if you will, about his freedom. So this is what we're dealing with. So I'm going to show you guys the video clip. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinions about how all this transpired. None of this should ever happen in the first place if, again, what you saw in the video clip was being secured. Where was the staff? All right, so here's the video clip in its entirety, and we'll go ahead and go from there.
New this afternoon, brand new photos from the moment the manhunt for convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante finally came to an end. He was captured this morning in Pennsylvania after nearly 2 weeks on the run. Authorities tracked him down using thermal heat technology. Now, over the past few days, there have been multiple sightings of him, but Cavalcante was able to slip through several police search perimeters, steal a van, change his appearance, and steal a firearm. Cavalcante was convicted last month of first-degree murder for killing his former girlfriend. He then escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says this capture was a group effort.
I hope the good people of Pennsylvania, and indeed the folks all across this nation, got a chance to see how government is supposed to work, how law enforcement is supposed to work, where we all come together, where we focus on the mission.
So the convicted murderer is being transported now to a state correctional institution and will be later arraigned on felony escape charges.
And you guys saw all the information there from that news agency that reported this situation. So now you guys can see what's going on. This whole thing could have been avoided. This whole thing could have been avoided. And now that we're dealing with it, here's the situation. So I want you guys to put your guys' comments, concerns, whatnot in the chat right now with me. The chat's open. Get involved with the chat and let me know what you think. Here's my opinion. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, the guy wasn't being watched. And then, of course, the other question comes right: where was the staff? Where was the guards? Where was security? Hey, Captain Happy. Captain Happy. That's a tongue twister for me. I mean, how you doing? That's a good question. I don't know where everybody's at. I don't know. I don't have an answer. This was a unreported, unadvertised live. So maybe that's a lot of it. And of course, maybe a lot of people are still doing their thing. Bad timing all the way around. Doesn't matter. But it's great to see you, Captain. I'll put your thing up there so everyone can see. Where is everyone? Good question. Anyways, how you doing there, Captain? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and kind of express how I feel about this whole thing. This whole thing could have been avoided. This whole thing could have been, totally avoidable all the way around nonetheless. So the video clips that you just saw, and I can't stop playing this one. Again, here.
Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
Yeah, that is just amazing. And did you see? There's nobody around. Nobody around. And it really upsets me. That was able to be done. So shame on DOC, shame on security, shame on the cops. Captain, I have to laugh at that. That's pretty funny. Thank you, Captain. That is hilarious. Well, I'm glad that you're doing good. But nonetheless, what's your guys' thoughts on this? This is what's wrong with our country. This is what's wrong with our government. I've said, I don't know how many times in different podcasts that, a lot of tax dollars go into our system, a lot of money. And then you see things like this go down and take place. And now you have, so many different scenarios. You got all these excuses, all these reasons. You got, DOC says numerous times, not only to me, but other people, oh, it's not in our budgets, not this, not that. But then keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to it again. What you just saw.
Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
You can't make this shit up. So it's like, either there's not enough funds, according to them, to keep the guards on duty, or is just completely freaking lazy, whatever it is. Man. So again, what's your guys' take on this situation? I also want to let you guys all know that the link to this live stream, if you want to join, get in here, be a part of the podcast, get your voice heard. If you want to jump in, I like to talk to you. You don't have to put your face on camera. We can still talk though, nonetheless. And I want to hear your thoughts and concerns. Because again, remember guys, this is not just my podcast. This is all of yours. And you're more than welcome to jump in here and talk to me, ask me anything you want related to this or anything else you may have. And we can go from there. I would love to see you guys. So yeah, this is nuts. There's no excuse for it, nonetheless. So if you guys want to jump in, let me know, and I'll get you in here. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my connections here. I don't know if there is one or not. I got two. Is it two people in here watching? Okay, so let me get the comments in here. Ray801, anyone that can walk a wall like that deserves not to get caught. Yeah, that was pretty talented, wasn't it? Good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. So yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. And you guys got to take into account too that we're dealing with very cunning and smart convicts. These people are really smarter than you guys realize. Okay, and DOC and whoever else it is don't give these guys enough credit. But nonetheless, here we are dealing with the bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get this situation taken care of here. It's good to see you guys in here. Appreciate it. So who wants to jump in here and put your thoughts in here about this? Who wants to jump on the live? The stream is up here. If you want to get in here, let me know. I'm going to give you guys some updates to what's going on with the podcast a little bit later in the stream if you guys are interested. Again, this is all over the news. But I guess you couldn't say bad news or good news. However you want to address it, he has been caught, and he's looking at multiple charges on top of whatever he's dealing with. A little backstory on this guy. He was found guilty of killing his girlfriend, so he's a murderer. And he basically, I believe, got life in prison, if I'm not mistaken. And, and then now we're dealing with these extra charges that are going on right now. So this is what we're dealing with. This is what's wrong with our government. I don't have any credit whatsoever, positive wise. I don't have any credit to give DOC. None. I don't. That whole thing was a embarrassment, if you will, to the staff. And if the staff are watching this right now, shame on you. You guys should never allow that. Wouldn't escaped, and this wouldn't be a news story now. Let's just keep it real. So, but nonetheless, this is what we're dealing with. You guys can see it. But anyways, in the chat, the super chats are open. If you want to get involved, you can do that right now. Again, the link to this podcast to jump in here and say hi to me. You can do that right now. Let me see if anybody else is in here real quick. Hit and smash that like button, guys, if you're new here. I appreciate all the support and whatnot. You guys are awesome people showing all the love and support for me. That is just great. I love every bit of it. So again, if there's nobody's going to get in here, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an update what's going to happen next with the podcast. My good producer and good friend Rita Williams, if you're not hooked up with her, this is who she is, just so you guys can see. Here's Rita. She's my producer. She is doing some amazing things behind the scenes, and we got some major things going down with her. And if it wasn't for her, my Lord, I don't know where this podcast would be right now. But we got some major things coming down the pike, and I'm going to update you guys all here shortly. I was hoping that Rita would get in here and do the update on it, but nonetheless. Let's see. Ray said, let me go ahead and put this up here so you guys all see it. I haven't been paying attention to this story. Well, in a sense, it's breaking news, but he finally got caught, as you saw. I don't know if you saw the news break. If you want me to, I'll play it again just so you can understand where I'm coming from with this. Here's the situation with this and why it's all over everything.
New this afternoon, brand new photos from the moment the manhunt for convicted murderer Danilo Cavalcante finally came to an end. He was captured this morning in Pennsylvania after nearly 2 weeks on the run. Authorities tracked him down using thermal heat technology. Now, over the past few days, there have been multiple sightings of him, but Cavalcante was able to slip through several police search perimeters, steal a van, change his appearance, and steal a firearm. Cavalcante was convicted last month of first-degree murder for killing his former girlfriend. He then escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says this capture was a group effort.
I hope the good people of Pennsylvania, and indeed the folks all across this nation, got a chance to see how government is supposed to work, how law enforcement is supposed to work, where we all come together, where we focus on the mission.
So the convicted murderer is being transported now to a state correctional institution and will be later arraigned on felony escape charges.
What's your take? What's your guys' thought on this? He killed his girlfriend, and if I read the information correctly, he also killed his girlfriend in front of the kids. This guy's a monster, nonetheless. And how did he escape? But he did. So who do you blame? Do you blame the guy escaping, or you blame DOC? You know, it's sad, nonetheless. You know, and that's what we're dealing with. It looks like we got somebody coming in here. It's Ray. Welcome to the show, Ray. How you doing?
Good. You covered a story for me quite a while back, about a young lady in Aliceville, Alabama that had.
You're cutting out just a bit. Sorry, your connections, your sound is cutting out. So can you repeat, please? I lost you, Ray.
I could have lost you.
There you go. You're coming in now. Can you repeat all that, please? Evidently, we're having technical.
I don't know if you remember me, but you talked to me a while back on.
Go ahead. I think I do. Try to give me some back context of what you're talking about, Ray. I lost you again. It looks like again.
It was regarding medical neglect.
Oh yes, ma'am. Well, it's good to see you. How you doing?
Well, sadly to say, my friend, not the girl that you. That's still a big issue for me. Really.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I believe so. I mean, yeah. I mean, how many years ago was this?
This was probably in 2018.
Oh, just when I got started on this. Okay.
Yeah, you were on Facebook then.
Yes, ma'am.
With,
I had Facebook and my haters shut me down. Yes.
Right.
How you been? Anyways, good to see you in here. I'm glad you're following me.
So anyway, I would really like to see a lot more covered as far as medical neglect.
Sure. Absolutely.
My friend that was in Aliceville, she kept telling them she was sick. Kept telling them, yeah, okay, they know something's wrong with her. Finally, in last year, in September, it was back a year ago, they finally did a CT scan on her, and she's got stage 4 liver cancer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they were giving her 2 to 6 months to live. Now,
Wow,
all of
I'm
that
sorry.
could have been avoided had they got her into the hospital sooner.
Absolutely.
And I would really, I never saw it. I just don't see it that often.
Wow. Man, I'm sorry about that. That really hurts my heart.
Yeah, she's still alive. I mean, she's not. You know, she has her days. She's just not doing too good.
Right.
But yeah, I would really like to see something. I don't know what we could do about the neglect, medical neglect in the prisons.
Well, let me speak on this real quick if I can. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's a very important topic or situation that happens daily in all of our prisons here in the States. Believe it or not, our medical issue obviously needs a buttload of reform just in that itself alone by itself, because a lot of it is due to the fact that our medical staff are just, interns straight from college. They're completely inexperienced of what they're doing, and they have no idea about meds. They don't have any idea how to take care of like your situation, cancer situations and whatnot. These people are not that good at what they do. And the reason why they get these people into these prisons is because it's cheaper, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right.
And they don't have to get the high paying doctors in there. Of course, obviously, if you get the high paying or more experienced nurses or doctors in there, then it's going to cost the state or the taxpayers a lot more money. So they get the interns in there, and that just, there's no excuse for that. So basically, until we can do reform on that level, nothing's going to change. But the only way we can bring solid change to all of our problems in our prisons is we need to take a stand. We need to go down to our Capitol. We need to get our lawmakers involved. We get politicians involved. We need to get people involved that actually care. That's the big step. Our voices are being censored through everything you can think of because the truth cannot ever have its day, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a sad situation nonetheless. Our truth needs to be heard just as much as the drama does. Don't you agree? But nonetheless, people will say drama is more popular and sells better than truth. And here I am up here on this platform trying to speak the truth and give out knowledge and experience and whatnot, and it just doesn't sell. Sad but true.
And I apologize for hijacking your story.
I'm losing your connection, Ray. I don't know if you got bad internet connection or what. I don't know. You were in the middle of a sentence and I lost you. I do apologize. I hope it's not on my end. My good friend Redeemin Patriot, indeed, we also need to reform not just inside, but also outside behind bars. I totally agree with you, my friend. Absolutely, 100%. Thanks for chiming in here, man. I appreciate you.
I really appreciate that. And I apologize for hijacking you.
Oh, you're good. I totally understand. If there's a way we can get you a better connection, I'd love to hear some more. I'd love to hear some more from you if you can find a better connection.
Yeah, and also I would, if I can get her to do a
Do a what?
I have no idea. No, I shouldn't. But if you can, if I can get her to do, if I can get her to do with her, would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely. Let's get it booked.
All right, cool. Well, let's get back to Wilson's name and how he got out of prison. And
Yeah,
thank you.
if you can see on your screen on the bottom ticker down there, you can reach me at my email down there. My email is voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com, and we can connect and work out the kicks and whatnot through my email if that works for you.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks
Okay.
so much, Jay.
Oh, absolutely,
By
no problem.
Jay, right?
Jay, yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
No problem. I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from my good follower, Ray. She's known me since 2018 when this all started. What an honor that is. That's awesome. So, again, this we're dealing with the individual that escaped from. Let me go ahead and show you. And again, if you're just tuning in and missed it, and Redeeming, if you can hear me, I don't know if you saw this clip. Let me go ahead and show this short clip, how this guy escaped, and we can talk and have a debate on this. Look at this.
Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
That is what we're dealing with here tonight. It's all over the news. It's viral on almost every news channel, including social media, has now picked it up and doing their own spin and take on it. But again, Redeeming, if you're in here, what's your take on this? There should be no excuse whatsoever for this guy to be doing this. And did you see anybody around? Where was the staff? Where was DOC? Where was the security? Hello? So if that took place and I'm a taxpayer, I'm sorry, I want my money back because you all freaking failed and failed miserably on that. Redeeming, I don't know if you don't have to get up on camera, but I'm going to invite you anyways. The link's there. The link is here, right here. If you want to get involved with this and just speak on your voice about your opinions, I like to get you up here. I like to hear your voice on this. But again, there's no obligation, and you do not have to show your face. You could just do your voice only if you want. But like I said, we got a lot of things going down, and I'm going to go ahead and find the. Bear with me for a second, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the update that I have with Rita, and I wanted to read that off to you guys because I think it's important that you guys understand what's going on next. We have possibly another individual that's going to be up on this podcast. Redeeming said, yeah, we need individual assessment on everyone who gets out. Also do, I'll put it up there so everybody can see. I totally agree, Redeeming. Did you want to get up here and chit chat with me? You don't have to go on camera. I can just hear your voice. But anyways, here's the update that I want to update you guys on. I don't know if you guys have heard this name or this person, but Rita's going to get it booked and get it squared away here. I don't know what the date and whatnot's going to be, but real quick, guys, Joshua Mullins. I think I said his name correctly. If not, I do apologize for beating it up. He's starting a new wrongful conviction nonprofit. Yeah, you heard me correctly. And he's going to be a part of the From Inside Out Network team with Rita, me, and so many other individuals that are on the same page of what we're doing here. So that's pretty epic. And we'll keep you guys updated on that. Also, we do and have we will be rescheduling, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, just so you have this for your information. We will be rescheduling the Andy Williams podcast that I had connection issues and whatnot last time. That's being rescheduled. So we got a lot of things coming down the road, and it's all great news, guys. It's all great information, very, very educational stuff. And I can't wait for all of you to be a part of it nonetheless. I just uploaded here not too long ago too, just for you guys' information, a new short talking about the worst crime in society. I did that, and it's doing all right. It should be doing better, but it's doing all right nonetheless. But this is where your guys' comments can get involved. I need to know from Redeeman and everybody else what you guys want me to talk about up on this podcast. I know there's a lot of contents out there, but I need show ideas. I need content ideas. Ray said need to start talking about more about the medical problems. I totally agree, and we're going to work into that. So she's on fire with that. A lot of things need to be brought to our attention nonetheless. All right. So it only looks like there's only 2 people in here now. Looks like we got Redeeman. Cool. Come on in here, Redeeman.
How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, partner? What's up, man? Oh, that was pretty loud.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. How you doing, man? Nice to hear from you.
You as well, sir. You as well.
Yeah. So that little short video clip I showed about that guy escaping. What's your take on that, real quick, if you don't mind me asking?
Why didn't the Office of Corrections CEOs did not go and check? You have cameras there.
Well, that was a good that was a good view, wasn't it? Good camera view. Yeah, where's the staff? That's a great question. Nobody's answering that either. Notice that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have an answer, but it makes you kind of wonder. You know, I mean, so again, for people that are just now tuning in, Redeem, and I'll play it again. Look at this.
Escaped custody by crab walking up a pair of walls and onto the roof of the Chester County Prison.
This is bananas.
He did a Spider-Man move.
I guess you could say Marvel inspired him.
Yeah, he could be the next Spider-Man, maybe. Nah, he'll be too old by the time he'd be too old to be Spider-Man. But so, what's your take on that? I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Common sense and decency is needed, but common sense says if you watch something, do something.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it's our guards that we're paying for. Our taxes are paying for these DOC officers to watch that guy. So somebody failed. Somebody dropped the ball. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, you got any questions for me, my friend?
First off, how you doing? That's number one.
Another day in paradise, my brother. God damn, it's been busy. Yeah,
well,
but I'm surviving.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, I've been contemplating on ideas, and I've been talking with you. If we can get some organizations together, we should create a diversion program, at least for like first time and only felons. I mean, with so much. I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead. With so much bullcrap going on, there's a lot of people, both who may have done some wrong, even first time. I mean, you know that one dude, Common Sense Steve, one of the guys who's advocating for a certain thing. Yeah. I agree with him on some aspects because certain things do not work out, and plus, maybe there is some. Not everyone was informed and raised properly or educated.
Right.
So
right. If you remember, I was telling you. Remember, it starts in the home. It starts in the home.
And I'm not gonna lie, it starts at the home, but it also starts in the community too, because everyone plays a part in the development of who he or she becomes, unless they willingly walk that path themselves. But even then, they need help.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could use some of that money that the people are saying where it's not in the product. I mean, we have so many organizations who are doing their best to not only inform and rehabilitate and reform, but they want their loved ones to be more successful and no longer a threat. So,
wow.
I mean,
I'm on the same page with you.
I mean, if we create this, we're going to need a lot of help. So if we can create schools, at least for first time and only first time offenders, with outside of certain crimes that may have brought forth certain watch lists in the first place.
Sure, I get it.
And you already know my take on this, but we also want to help give closure and healing to the victims as well.
Yeah.
Because
go ahead.
we live in a society where drama and punishment thrives, and without no resources and education, you're gonna have a lot more drama, a lot more pain and suffering, and the cycle continues.
Yeah,
like you said, it's a
revolving door.
A cycle of madness. It starts at the home, it starts at the schools, it starts in the communities. So if we can bring everyone to acknowledge that we all play a part in screwing someone over, if you're capable of doing damage, you should be one to do healing. If you want people to respect you, you gotta do your part to heal those, and also prove you're no longer an asshole.
Right. Respect is a two-way street, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
Just if you want to speak on, I'm going to give you this opportunity because you asked me, but I've totally just lost time and whatnot, and I got so tied up and busy. But if you want to, this is your chance now to see if you can try to get people to be on the same page when it comes to starting this school idea, which I agree with. I like this school idea that you came up with. You want to hit on that real quick, my friend?
Okay, cool. Thank you. If we can get others, I already got my boy Inside Out here as well. We create schools. We need strong. If we can get maybe M2, Me Too, War, Narso on this. Oh, and let's also go with Stop Bullying as well. And the Moms Against Drunk Driving. That's also important too. If we can get a lot of organizations to help us out.
Yeah.
We could bring forth first time offenders. Hell, we can bring out those who are we want redemption. We want felonies to be minimalized, erased, or at the very least give victims the right to, not only I'm all about restorative justice, but also sometimes knocking some common sense and decency is also essential, because we've all been hurt, we've all been harmed, and it's affected us in more ways. And sometimes courts and prisons might not always work out.
Right. No, I totally agree with you, 100%. But you got to take into account too that some people's mindset, they just don't want to change, and that's hard to break the ice. It's hard to break these people that don't want to change their mindset when it comes to certain, crimes or certain topics or certain whatever. And it's going to need a lot more patience and a lot more time to try to see if we can even chip away some of that ignorance and whatnot. But again, it's all done by choice, as you agreed. And believe it or not, these crimes that are constantly being repeat, that's because they don't know any better. This is all they know. Like, for example, not to change the subject, but suicide is a big thing in prison. People are killing themselves because they're going home. See that, and then you're probably thinking, God, he's going home. But instead of going home, he killed himself because he couldn't freaking make it out here. That was his fear. So instead of trying it out here, he got rid of himself because he was afraid to make it out here. That's that prison mentality that needs to stop.
Yeah. Prison mentality is kind of hard to get rid of. But we also need to, what if we use that prison mentality to scare a lot of people straight? What if we use that? That might work. Might work. I don't. Also, about this whole restorative thing, restorative justice. Yeah. A lot of things got to be informed. And I would like to bring forth.
They're going to want the change, though. We can talk it, but it's got to be drilled into them. They're going to want that change.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And
like
they're
I
just
said,
wasting time.
we exactly. If people want to learn, we invite them. Both, both the.
Mhm.
I mean, if Me Too's watching, or him too, War, anyone who's all about bringing forth social change, we could use all the help we can get. We try to work things out. Let's get everyone to stop being that kind of person. Change your mindset.
Mhm.
Also, help heal those that you harmed, and also let's expunge records and give everyone a second chance at life. The ones who
Right.
really want to put in that effort to do good.
Right. I agree. You know, but hold on a second. I'm trying to get a hold of where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So no, I totally agree with you 100%. And you know, my good friend, I'm going to show you something on the screen. My good friend Rita here, if you can see her, come on, there she is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Rita Williams. She's on fire. She's a kick-ass individual all the way around. She's my producer. She's doing things behind the scenes for me and just helping out my podcast as a whole. But she's also an investigator, and it might be something kind of up your alley if you get involved with hers. You know, and you two connect and just talk about your ideas. She might be on board with it. So just let you know, I can get her involved with your ideas, and she might be on the same page with you, believe it or not.
Okay.
So
Yeah, one thing though, I may not be about the accused, but at the same time, I'd rather make sure everyone, I would say, convicted or not, even so, how about we get everyone to, learn from their mistakes? Give everyone a chance to, well, grow as a human being. The
Sure.
ones who actually want to put in the effort.
no, I agree.
But like, also, we need to make sure that the right medicine, if you will, and healing punishment is equivalent, because everything is overlapping, and everything is how do I put this? Over the top. Depends on the degree, but like I said, say everything is questionable. So we need to hear both sides. We also
Sure.
want to give counseling.
Mhm.
I may not be a counselor, but I'll try to learn. I'll also try to break things down to its simplest portions, and we go from there. That
Right.
way, if you break down the big things to the small portions, depending on what it is, we could possibly do some healing. Also, if according to certain statistics, what if we get those within the statistics to break away and change the factors?
Right.
Not everyone's going to be repeating the offense. Hell, some didn't know that was a crime at the time.
Right. Right.
And also, there are those with certain learning disabilities who were never educated, and they may have found
There
out
you
on
go.
their own as well.
There you go.
Some people weren't even trying to hurt others intentionally, and others are truly apologetic and remorseful of their actions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you said, it starts at it works as long as you put in the effort and the mindset. Like, if you want to get rid of addictions and all that stuff, you're gonna have to put in a lot of effort.
And I'm glad you're right. And I'm glad you brought up the word addiction, because we put a lot of that under the rug too. Addiction is all mental. Just so you guys, if you didn't know that, addiction's mental. And like for example, I'll start something small and easy. I used to be a cigarette smoker. I used to be, not a chain smoker, but a smoker nonetheless. I quit cold turkey. And people say when you get nicotine in your system, you get hooked, you get addicted, and you can't quit. Bullshit. Sorry. I quit cold turkey. It's not easy for everybody. But again, it's all about your mindset. It's about how strong you are so you can kick your mind's ass to quit smoking. And if you can do that, you can quit everything else that we have a problem with or addiction to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. And about these, and there are some aspects, like, say, I know you're within that registry, so I won't judge. I'm not going to, and you are an awesome guy. So what about as the sex offense? Like, porno can really bring out the horniness in people, you know?
Right. No,
Like-
I got you.
I mean, some people may be learning from improperly from porno. Like, they can't.
That's
another
an addiction. It's an addiction.
And people don't want to say porno's a drug, but porno is, and we maybe.
It's not a
We
physical.
may-
It's not a physical drug like you take pills and it's like
mental.
it's a mental thing.
Mental. Also, we may have. I mean, looking at it now, maybe we may have allowed a lot of 18 and up stuff to be low key, brought into our TVs in our lives, in magazines. If you think about
Oh
it.
yeah, absolutely. Guess what? That's where it started.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from like maybe the 18s or so, not years and all that stuff. I also say we bring out the history too, so that way we teach history and all that stuff. Also, we also teach social interactions. Like, hell, if we can get certain people to teach and not some common sense, that would really reduce the certain actions. You know.
Right. Well, again, that's why I was saying like education is the obviously the biggest key to resolving a lot of issues in our lives as a whole. And if we don't educate, then you're going to see a lot more of this that you saw on your screen tonight. People
Mhm.
like this person in this breaking news event, he finally got caught.
Mhm.
But again, keep in mind, where was his mindset? What made him snap to kill his girlfriend? Think about this for a second. Just give this some thought. What made this guy snap and kill his girlfriend? We can throw so many scenarios into this mix. But
You gotta
go ahead, Redeeman.
Sometimes you gotta ask the guy, but then again, some people just don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, but how many are asking questions? Well, they can't now, obviously, but during their heated moment before this chick died, what was causing the fight? You see what I'm getting at? Because there's always two sides. There's always two sides to every story. What was this chick doing to piss him off that great? See, you see where I'm going with you? There's always an up and a down, and there's always other stuff in between that's not being brought to light.
Indeed.
Yeah, and you have to give that a lot of thought. What did that chick do? What did that girlfriend of his do to piss him off that bad? And if he's got that big of an anger problem, why isn't he out there go getting anger management? Pride.
Ego.
Ego.
Maybe-
I'm too cool for help.
A lot of people do need help, and maybe
It's
we.
just-
Also, another thing, if we're going to talk about help, why didn't we put that in the in classes for inmates? I mean,
What was your question again? Sorry.
why didn't we put anger management classes in prison? Like, maybe.
Good. That's an awesome question. And here's why. They don't have those type of classes or any other type of classes in there because it's a budget issue. They don't have it in the budget and they don't have enough staff to maintain these classes. There's your answer.
Or they just choose not to.
It's a lie. There's $400 billion of our tax dollars coming annual every year. And they sit there and try to tell me in front of my face that there's no budget to do these classes. Bullshit.
And they don't even want to deal with teaching about social interactions. Now they
Right.
and they wonder why people come back more unhinged than usual from prison.
Right. On the screen, my good friend Ray just got on here. Look at this comment. It happens a lot more often than they report. Absolutely. Like inmates that get released by mistake. Yeah. It's just a lack of doing your job that you've been hired to do. Paperwork, checking on things, doing this, doing it. Something so simple. And this is why we're dealing with what we're dealing with now on all this news breaks. This is crap. This is bullshit. There's no excuse.
Simple things
Anything-
need to be simple things need to be reinforced, not just through logic, not just through emotion, but also logic. Balance
Yeah.
them
Oh,
out.
absolutely. Yeah. I agree. And-
I'll go back to
And go ahead. Sorry, man. I cut. It's a time delay. Sorry. Go ahead.
nice school. But like I said, if we can inform our lawmakers, politicians about creating like diversion schools or helping victims get closure, actual closure,
Mm-hmm.
and also bringing forth a lot of people to help us out to bring them more more healing and all that stuff. We can do a lot of work. Like I said, if we can get certain groups like Me Too, Him Too, we also stopping certain violence, preventing, well, not just preventing, but stopping it altogether. We
Right.
can do a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone's been hurt in more ways than one. And
Right.
sometimes
No,
bringing the people who were the root of our problems to justice and knocking some sense into them, depending on the crime,
Right.
we can reduce and not only reduce the recidivism, heal the
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah,
Hell,
I agree.
If we get reformed citizens on this, and maybe work out some deals to try and get them pardons or full so people can prove that they can be reliable, trustworthy, and more so positive benefactors to society.
Right.
Everyone wants. A lot of people these days do want a chance to redeem themselves and prove that they're no longer a monster or a threat. So if they put in the work,
I think, like for my example and whatnot, I proved that I'm not no issue. I'm not no concern or a threat to nobody. Come on.
even so, we need to make sure that everyone is held accountable, get the right help, heal them, also redeem them as well. We do
Right.
that, and also teach, so that way it don't matter how old you are, everyone has the right to learn, and also everyone has the right to be redeemable.
Yeah, like I
about
said,
the
I
mindset.
agree with. Right, I agree with the classes. I think we need schools for this. Not like what we see in public schools today. I think the public schools today suck. They
trust me.
they suck. I don't. And that's one of the reasons why my kids don't go to public schools. But
Consider
yeah,
your kids-
so what's that?
Consider your kids blessed. I was in public
Yeah.
school, but even then, there are certain educations that we were never informed of. But now they're trying to. Yeah, we need to bring back boundaries too.
Oh, I agree.
So if we can do that, and also get the people who maybe broke those boundaries to, heal the people that they've harmed, and also inspire them to teach others,
Mhm.
and we could break the cycle. We can bring back real healing.
Right,
I mean,
because
people
believe it or not, there's a solution for everything. There's a solution for everything, and we can stop the revolving door in our prisons if we just give a damn.
It's not just prisons, but also outside in the communities and in the homes too.
Right, well, that's what I meant.
Yeah, so yeah, to everyone who wants to help, join us. To anyone who wants to come, to anyone who doubts us, shut up and watch.
There you go. So real quick, Redeeming, can you put your information and whatnot so people can find you in the chat and they can hook up with you if you want?
Just send them my YouTube channel. I'm working on some stuff.
Oh, sure. So what is your YouTube channel link? Can you put it in the chat?
I'm still getting used to it, but I'll share it to your YouTube channel to comments.
Okay. Or if you have an email, that'll work too. Just so they can get a hold of you.
I'll email you, and I'll send you the stuff, and we'll go from there. Okay.
That'll work. I appreciate you coming up here, dude, and speaking your mind and your opinions on stuff. And you are appreciated. Thank you, Redeem.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, bud. Well, there you guys have it, man. You're hearing it from people that actually can see the same thing I've been seeing since I started doing this, or even during my incarceration. This is what's going on. This is what we need. We need people that have the same mindset that actually can see both sides of the fence and give people true second chances at life and get things fixed. That's just where I'm at with it. There's a lot of good-minded individuals out there that want to bring change to our system, not just prisons, but out here too as well. And you guys can clearly see what's going on in our system, not only just, in our prisons, but also out here too as well. We are in some major changing times, ladies and gentlemen, in our prisons. And if you want to stand next to me and support me and bring some change to this very corrupt organization, then you can reach at me right now at voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Put a comment down below. Let me know, hey, you stand and support me. And we're going to do what we can to bring change. So again, contact me right now if you have any questions, concerns, comments. voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, and also on. You can get with Rita and go from there. Again, we got a major organization going on there, and it's getting bigger and bigger as the days and whatnot go by. So hope to see you guys on the next podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Jay. It was nice to see you. You guys take care. Good night.